10 years, and the Aylsham Community Play comes on.
Again, I think that was to get our story out again. That was still on the lines of out doing the media. Say, look, that was another balancing thing to right, and that's how I seen it, right. But what an honour and a privilege to be in that play. I loved every minute of it. I don't know. And I suppose it's all that with Test Department made that so easy for me to wander around that tent doing my bit.
Just saying words that are kind of quite natural. Just you.
It did.
Anyway,
it done the job. It done the job. That was amazing. But I really dedicated to a year of my life to that play. Built. There's a picture of the headgear there that I built.
Yeah.
Pete,
Philip and Kay were showing me the picture of the whole cast.
The what?
There's a picture of the whole cast that they've got, like everybody outside.
All right.
In the tent, outside the tent.
Yeah.
Before, and I'm on it. Well, everyone's on it, so.
It seems strange there is no sound.
Yeah. And didn't that come together? But what a team John Yora had with him as well. But we did it. We all did. That was, and again, balancing. That was so useful, that play, because it was a bloody out and out success. You know what I mean? That it was, wasn't it?
What do you think it was that made it successful? Or so successful?
It was pure community, wasn't it? All ages, all. Oh, it was just. Yeah, I think after all that had gone on with the strike and where it went, it was such a morale booster, I'd say, for our community. That was. And there's so many people, and you can say it was a success because a lot of political things, and that was quite a political play, right? Would get shunned. There would be no support for it in Aylsham. Time and time again, I've done things like that, and it ain't took off. But that was out and out success, and you can say that with the people who bought tickets and went.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple of reasons for that success. I think the fact that it was a bit political, but it was more looking at the whole of the history of Aylsham, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it started at the headgear coming down, and it went back. So I think that was and also when you get a professional team in to make something happen, they're not beholden to the same class cleavages or issues that a community have by the very nature of that community.
Yeah.
Being conflicted about things, whatever. Or those schisms that exist in a community for various reasons.
Yeah, that was all ironed out and done.
I've been thinking a lot about. So the community. Two things I think about the community play. Number one, it was an absolute pivotal point in my life.
See, so that's you in there, and me with Test Department in that recording, or just been invited.
Absolutely pivotal to help me understand that the arts was, a potential career for a chav like me from a council estate. It was. I remember talking to John about what I could go and do next, and him sort of suggesting like a community arts course, and because I'd just finished my GCSEs then, and I knew that I'd done shit because I wasn't interested, and the only thing I was any good at was drama. So actually, it really helped me understand what my place could be, and my politics. But also, I'm really fucking glad that Diane never got involved, Paddy never got involved, and Cole never got involved, because it was my thing. It was my thing with the family. Do you know what I mean?
It liberated you, didn't it?
A little bit, yeah. And I was not doing it in the shadow of Paddy, or doing it in the shadow of Carl, or doing it in the shadow of my mum. It was my thing. But not my thing, but my thing. With everybody else.
Well, you could get up and express yourself as a good human being. Yeah.
So I was really, really,
Yeah.
And so when I went back to go and do my masters, and I started talking about, or we started having lectures, and they started talking about protesting, or they started talking about protest theatre or various different things. It just kept coming back to this idea of doing something about looking at the community play again, or looking at the familiar, us as a family, So anyway, this isn't about me, but yeah. So that's absolutely, help me express myself and help me, without not in anyone else's shadows, because I've always felt. I know Bryony was in it, but she wasn't living with us. But and Patrick was away at university. But there was always that shadow of the sport thing or the football thing with Paddy, Patrick, and Carl, or So it was I can't tell you how pivotal it was for me. Really.
Really.
Yeah. And so. So the play happened, and it's sort of almost 30 years ago now. 30 years
since the play.
30 years in 2 years' time, so 28 years now.
There's a lot. I think there's a lot more we could say about that play, but we're not.
No, we can. No.
That's.
So where do you find that creativity now?
I was thinking about that. I hope I'm right, but I really looked at it at that time that I've got a job to do. Just like testing. Come on, getting back to the play, the second one, right?
Fight back,
yeah. So that Johnny, we get all down the West Country. We're in these Tory places. These Tories are paying 10 quid, right? And I remember one of them coming and saying, leaving the theatre like, I haven't come here to pay 10 quid to be shouted at. You're getting them kind of comments from the wee place. Yeah.
So you were properly going into communities. So it wasn't just doing that piece of theatre in like-minded communities. You were going and doing it in places that actually need that sort of
educate a little bit. Information.
Agitation.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
To